Hello and welcome. Today we are going to go ahead and take a look at the Ashta. So the Ashta is the next in my Frigate series of ships, and it is designed as a long-range patrol craft. Now, like all of my frigates, it does have to meet certain minimum requirements, and that is be able to sleep at least 8 or more, have a cargo hold, a galley, a crew capacity of at least 4, an armory, and an infirmary. Additionally, it has to have at least 400 fuel and at least 1,000 cargo capacity, all while being a Class A ship. So the Ashta meets all of these requirements while hiding all of its cargo, shield, and fuel underneath its hull. And I've also equipped it with non-auto weaponry, so it is going to fire as much as for as long as I pull down on the trigger. So let's go ahead and take a tour. I'll show you how it's built, and then we'll see how it holds up in Serpentis. Now, right here, I am going ahead and using a Nova cowling to just kind of smooth this out. However, it does kind of block the entrance a little bit, and I could see removing this Nova cowling if you so desired. All right, so you see we are immediately entering into the armory. We have right here our Docker, and then you can take a look around and see what's going on here. So let's go back first. And the first thing that we find is we do have our infirmary back here, complete with a window looking out the back. Next, and this is facing forward, on the left, we have a 2x3 cargo hold hab. This one is the Deimos. It looks like there's a tripwire set up here, but I'm not entirely sure what's going on with that. Moving on over to this side, we find ourselves in the Deimos 2x3, what's it called? Mess hall. So you can see we've got space for 16 at the bench seating, little table to relax at. Over here we have the private entertainment quarters, if you will. We've got a TV on the wall, couch seating for at least 3, and then more private dining. On over here, we can see we've got all of our trash stored right here. And then the main galley itself. We've got cooking station here, another cooking station here. We've got our galley, or our countertops, I should say, for meal prep. More countertop for meal prep and or for serving. And then we got 3 refrigerators there, and then another 2 refrigerator or freezers over here, as well as more storage. All right, then we have a ladder that's going up 3 stores. Let's go up 1 story first. And we are entering into a 1x1 companionway here. Moving forward, we find ourselves in the Deimos 3x1 Engineering Bay B. This is the more electronically focused one. Jump up again, and we find ourselves this time in the Hope Tech companionway, and this is actually the Fuselage A. Let's open these doors. And right up here, you can see our cockpit, framed by our Stroud braking engines. Coming back here, we find ourselves in the Deimos 3x1 living quarters, which has 2 beds here, bathroom over here, a little galley for maybe cooking things up for the pilot while you're on patrol. some entertainment area, and another window looking at the back. Right here we have another ladder going up to the 4th floor, and this is leading us up into the Tayo captain's quarters. Moving on, we have doors on either side of this living quarters. They're leading to companionways. Forward, we have the Stroud 2x1 all-in-one. And then if we go down this ladder, we find ourselves in the Deimos 2x2 engineering bay. This one is more mechanically inclined. This is also the only 2x2 engineering bay in the game. Coming back up, hop on up here, and cross to the other side, which is another companionway with another Stroud all-in-one. So all told, we have 11 beds on this ship. Coming down here, we find ourselves in the Deimos 2x2 computer room. Lots and lots of computers. Now, originally, I had been hoping to go ahead and have these rooms connected from this companionway right here, but every time I push them forward to be able to accomplish that, pathing for the entire ship got screwed up. So that's why you have to go all the way up and then down. But that is the ship. Now let's go ahead and take a look at how it is built. Alright, so step one, as always, is to go ahead and get the colors in our palette. And you can see I went with gold and teal for my colors this time. And now that my colors are in my palette, let's go ahead and select everything and delete it. Alright, so let's start with the landing bay. Now, you do not need any mods to build this, but you will need to have the ship flip glitch enabled. Just thought I should start with that. Alright, so immediately we are going to go ahead and grab our first 2x1. And this one is going to be the, where is it? Stroud Armory. And then we have the Stroud Infirmary. And then we are going to go ahead and grab the Deimos companionway and stick that on top of this Stroud Armory. Alright, then on this side here, we are going to go ahead and grab the Deimos 3x2 mess hall. Push that forward. Wrong button. And then the Deimos 3x2 cargo hull, and push that forward. Alright, next up, we are going to come off the front of this, and we're going to grab the Deimos 3x1 Engineering Bay B. Next, right here, on top of this companionway, I'm going to go ahead and select the Hope Tech Fuselage companionway, and I'm doing the Fuselage B here. Off the back of this, I'm going to go ahead and select the Deimos 3x1 all-in-one, and this is going to be the living quarters. Then on each side of this, I'm going to go ahead and select the Tayo Top B 1x1 companionway. Now I will note here that if you wanted to, rather than using these companionways, We could go ahead and use the Stroud 3x1 all-in-one, or the Dymos if you prefer. However, if you do that, the bathrooms on these 3x1s are located basically on this back wall, so you will lose one of the bathrooms. And that's why I went with the Stroud 2x1s. You can make them A or B, it does not matter, because we are not doing any side connections here. Finally, on the underside here, we are going to go ahead and select the Dymos 2x2. And we want, fine, the computer core, select, and the engineering bay. So, as I said, I've been playing around with this some to try and figure out a way to have it be a side entrance to these, but as I said, it just messed up pathing each and every single time I did it. I would redesign the ship a little bit differently if I was using the Play Stores Yourself mod. Alright, so let's finish up the interior. I'm going to go ahead and select my docker, which is going to be the 100 DP Slim Docker. And then I'm going to select my cockpit, which is just whatever the best Armstrong or Commander bridge you can get is. And yes, it does irritate me slightly that they clearly are supposed to go together, and yet there's that small little gap there. Oh wait, one more thing I need to add. Right up here, we forgot to put on our captain's quarters. And here I want the Tayo top A, and this is going to be the captain's quarters. There we go. Now everything is in place. Alrighty. So what's next? Well, the next thing that we are going to add is we are going to add in our reactor and our grav drive. So the reactor is going to be placed right here, tucked into this little hole here. Since this is a Class A ship, I'm going to be going ahead and using the Sphermac DC-202, or just whatever the best Class A reactor you have is. Note that if you want an easy and immediate improvement in your ship, and you have the piloting skill, just swapping that out for the 104 DS Mag Inertial is going to be a rather significant improvement to your ship, even if you change exactly nothing else. Alright, next up, right behind that, we are going to place our grav drive, which for this ship is going to be the R4000 Alpha grav drive. Alrighty. Behind that, we are going to start placing our engines. So right in this little gap here, I'm going to be placing a White Dwarf 3030 engine. And then next to it, I'm going to place the SA 4330 engine. And I'm going to then copy and rotate that like so. So we have 5 engines on this ship with the White Dwarf in the center. Now, I will note that I would rather have this SA-4330 in the center rather than the White Dwarf, because it gives us about the same maneuvering thrust, a little bit less engine thrust, but one less max power required. However, as you can see, there's the extra engine is either on the left side or the right side, depending upon how you put it, and that just, the little bit of offset there just irks me. So I decided to put the 3330 here instead because it made me less grumpy. Alright, now then, since we are back here anyways, I'm going to go ahead and toss on my portholes. There we go. Alright, now, right back here, I'm going to go ahead and place my landing gear. So I have 4 pieces of landing gear on this ship. And I've got 4 of the AccuLander 11s. and you can just kind of put them in whatever configuration you want. But I had the side connection piece available on the forward one, and then I had it dip down to kind of line up with the SA engines behind it. Then, to top off my landing gear, I'm going to go ahead and grab an NG20, and this is going to be placed right here. But first, I need to go ahead and get my TIO forward sensors. So let's go ahead and do that. So, connected to that, and then this is connected to that, just like so. Alrighty then. So that is my landing gear in place. Now, all that I am missing for my ship to be able to fly it is going to be my fuel and, well, my shield. Technically, I can fly without the shield, though. So, on the sides of these top companionways, that's where I'm going to place the fuel and shield. Doesn't matter which side. And I'm going to be hiding a deflector SG-60, because that's the best Class A shield you can get. And then on this side, I'm going to be hiding the H-30 Atlas HE3 tank, which provides me with 400 fuel. Alrighty. Next up, I'm going to go ahead and start filling out some structural components. So let's pop on over to the structural. And I'm going to start by finding myself the Stroud mid-bracers. So I have 6 mid-bracers on this ship, located like so. 3 on each side. And note, you can hide things under these, however, you are going to need to duplication glitch them, which was just more annoyance than it was worth to me. Alternatively, if you were to swap this out for a heavier class ship, maybe a B class or even a C class, you could go ahead and hide under here the Galleon S204 cargo holds. Next, let's come back on down to Stroud, and I'm going to grab a Stroud Cap A here, putting it forward, and then I'm going to grab a Stroud Cap B, copy that on over, copy that on over. Then right here, I'm going to go ahead and find the Stroud Cowling. Just like so. And while I'm finishing up front, let me go ahead and grab my Stroud braking engines. And then Dymos Spine A fore and aft. Located right there. Alright. Now, let's go ahead and kind of finish up this front little section here. So first things first, I want to go ahead and grab the Nova Cowling. Again, this part is optional. And then, on each side of this, I'm going to come on down to the TIO, and I'm going to grab the end caps. Oh, sorry. These are not supposed to be the Stroud Cowlings. These are supposed to be the TIO end caps. Alright. Then, right here, I'm going to grab a TIO side cap. And then along these sides, let's place some more TIO side caps. Alright. And then I'm going to pull the nose caps off really quick to add in yet some more TIO side caps. Then I will flip that into place. All right. Now we are going to take a brief pause and pull off these Tayo end caps. And underneath this, I'm going to go ahead and hide a pair of 400 cm ballast cargo holds. Just to flip that into place. And flip that into place. Alrighty. Next, right back here on the connected to the AccuLander 11, I'm going to place a 200 cm ballast cargo hold. And then I am going to start pulling up some more Stroud caps. I'm going to flip a Stroud cap A over that 200 cm ballast cargo hold. Just like so. And then over this, I'm going to go ahead and place the Stroud cowling. Copy that on over to this side. Flip that into place. And then I'm going to copy on over these Stroud caps and flip them into place. Then, back here, I'm going to go ahead and place these Stroud aft caps. And then up here, I'm going to place a Tayo cowling. I'm going to copy the Tayo cowling. And then I'm going to flip it into place over this Hope Tech companionway. All right. Then, let me check and see if I had something else structural back here. Alright, I have my equipment plates. So let's go ahead and place those on. And you can see I do have a small little gap here that I would consider filling in with something, but I'm just not sure what to put there. Alrighty, so what's next? I believe all that I have left now is my weapons. And for this ship, I am using 4 Disruptor 3310 proton beams. And then I am also using 3 Vaporizer 35 MeV proton beams. I'm going to move that out of the way for a sec. Place that there, and then flip this into place over it again. Alright. And it looks like I am still missing something. Let me double check and see what that was. Ah, that's what it is. Dimeless bellies. There we go. I knew that was something supposed to go there. Alright. So that is the Ashta. Now, again, you can go ahead and use whatever weapons you want. You can see I've got 33 reactor power available, and I'm using 44 with anitronic fusion that bumps up to 38. And if I had, like, say, Vasco on my crew, bumps up to 39. So I cannot fully power all of these weapons. However, I can get fairly close. Otherwise, you can see, standard shield that you would expect, 1700 cargo, 98 mobility, all really good numbers. You can get more or less the same numbers if you were to swap this out and go ahead and place another engine there. Just as I said, that looks wrong. So save a little bit of mass, get the same mobility. This is probably the better loadout because that takes one less power to do. But as I said, the visual part there irked me a little bit. So let's go ahead and paint the ship. And then take it on out to Serpentis. So you can see I can put 9 power to each of my weapons while fully powering my engines and shields, which is hopefully good enough. So let's go ahead and drop power to the shields while we get ready to jump out to Serpentis. Alright, fully power the engines again. Let's see who shows up. Alright. So with one down, let's see. Okay, they are all out of range. So let's go ahead and blow up this prophecy next. And then that leaves us just this dirge. And there we go. Pick up our loot really quick. Perfect, more ship parts. You can never have too many ship parts. Okay, fine, you can when you run out of cargo hold space. Alright, let's go ahead and see what hostile activity we can find today. Looks like we've got 4 targets today. Let's go hit this one up first. There we go, one down. Let's keep blasting if we can target him. Again, I am just using my thrusters to fly away backwards. Alright, and with one enemy left, let's go finish him off. Oh, come on. There we go. Why are you not selecting literally the thing I'm pointing at? Alright, good enough. Let's go ahead and find one more target to engage. And then we will call it a day. Looks like we've got 2 coming in at us. Is that it? 3. Okay. Go ahead and blast these guys from internal. Not kiting away, because why not? There we go. And with that, if you watched all the way to the end, thank you. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, do all those YouTube things. And otherwise, I will see you in the next one.